The things I will cherish the most from 5th grade are the wonderful staff, fantastic friends, and all the wonderful times 5th grade has granted me.
Something about 5th grade that I'll never forget is the Hong Junior Show because it was very fun singing and speaking. I will always remember my teachers like Miss Caitlin, Miss Claire, and the other teachers because they have been so kind and helpful to me.
My favorite memory was Miss Caitlin's class, and another memory that I'll never forget is playing with Yana and Dagyang because it was very fun.
My favorite memory in 5th grade class was playing with Yana and Unche because it was really fun. I will never forget about my friends and teachers, and my favorite memory in 5th grade is the overnight field trip because it was so fun.
One thing I will never forget about 5th grade is my friends because they always help me. Another memory I will always remember is playing soccer at recess because I always have fun.
Never forget my 5th grade teachers because they were all great. And my favorite 5th grade memory was the overnight field trip because it was my first overnight field trip in my whole life.
One thing I will never forget in 5th grade is Singmin's dancing because Singmin's dance always makes our classroom happy.
My favorite memory is dancing in front of everybody at the overnight Barbie field trip because it is a very unique memory.
One thing I never forgot from 5th grade is recess because in middle school there's no recess time.
One thing I'll never forget about 5th grade is the field trip we went to the Bobby Mountain because it was fun and the bugs made it more memorable.
One thing I remember from 5th grade is Mr. Tom because he is nice and respectful. Second thing I remember in 5th grade is Miss Caitlin because she was the best teacher ever. And third thing I remember in 5th grade is Miss Margaret because she was the best media teacher.
I'll never forget about the STEM challenge I did with my friends at the beginning of the year.
My favorite memory from this year was overnight field trip because I could take a date with my friend. My favorite memory from 5th grade was field trip to Bobby and all the time spent with my teachers.
One thing I'll never forget about 5th grade is having snack because you won't have snack in middle school.
I'll never forget about being Eagle News member. I remember my homeroom teachers. My favorite event in 5th grade was overnight field trip.
My favorite memory of 5th grade was the Bobby field trip because I never slept with my friends with their parents. I will remember the overnight field trip because it was my first time to go on the field trip with my friends.
My favorite memory was when I went to Bobby Mountain because I played with my friend.
One thing I will never forget in 5th grade is playing with my friends.
I always remember Halloween Carnival because all activities were so great.
I will never forget playing basketball at St. Mary's because it was my first basketball game. My favorite memory of 5th grade is going on the field trip and having fun with my friends.
My favorite memory is basketball match because I like to play sports with my friend.
I will never forget the overnight trip to Bobby because it was my first overnight trip with my friends.
My favorite memory was I went to Bobby, stayed with my friend, my class and the other class, like fish and fish.
I will never forget the overnight field trip to Bobby because it was the first time going as a class for an overnight field trip.
My favorite memory was going to St. Mary's for playing basketball because our team won in 2 times row.
I remember the flip over field trip because I missed the school for many hours. My favorite memory was when our class went to an overnight field trip because I never had an overnight field trip with my friends.
My favorite memory of 5th grade was the Bobby field trip because I spent the overnight with my friends.
My favorite memory was field trip in Bobby because making s'more was fun. I'll always remember my friends because of the times they played with me and the things they bought me at the cafeteria.
I never forgot the friends who left St. Paul because they were important to me.